So I've always wondered, how much does it cost to run TV advertisements? Because people my age, people in my space, we only know how to run Facebook ads. That's it. We barely know SEO. We barely know how to do PPC campaigns. And we know nothing at all when it comes to TV advertisements. So I went ahead and went down the rabbit hole to figure out how TV advertisements works, or the costs. I was able to talk to someone from one of the TV stations in Australia, Channel 9 News, or was it Channel 7? I can't remember. But I recorded the conversation and got all the pricing. It was just crazy to learn that, I could get a 30-second spot at prime time for $15,000. That's a lot of money there. And I could even just get an afternoon slot for like $600 and hit a lot of people. And the CPMs aren't that bad. It's like, $20, $30 CPMs, and there's a lot of credibility behind running a TV ad. So this is sort of a rundown on me figuring out and learning and getting into TV advertisements. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. My name's Andy Ma. I'm the founder of Studyingcom. We're about to grow to $1 million per year. I have nothing to sell you at all. I just want to give you guys value every single day, completely for free, not selling you guys anything at all. Here's the video.
You guys aren't like an online tutoring platform, are you?
So we help individuals learn about e-commerce, marketing, advertising, building their own brands. That's sort of what we focus on.
Yeah, like you help businesses build. When I saw Studyingcom, I thought like it just screamed like online tutoring for school students.
That's the goal long term, but as of right now, we eventually want to expand to like maths, those normal subjects, but right now we've been focused on like entrepreneurship, business.
And in terms of what you're wanting to do you have an idea, or are you looking to us, I guess, for some guidance and recommendations on what sort of advertising might work best?
So one, I'm looking to reach sort of another audience that's off Facebook. Two, I don't know if I was correct, but I was talking to one of my friends. I don't know if you know him. He's the founder of Rushays, Rami. He recently, I think during COVID, he did a bunch of advertisements on TV. I don't know if it was Channel 9, Channel 7, but apparently during COVID...
We know Rami. One of my good friends and colleagues takes care of Rushays, and he's got a relationship with Rami.
Perfect. Yeah, I think he was telling me how during COVID, the prices for TV ads sort of, due to just people pulling out, there was a lot of supply, and that's sort of why I called him.
That was true for probably, I would say, April, May, June last year.
Oh wow, a year ago.
A year ago. We had a lot of people pull out, and there was we had an oversupply, so we could sell it cheap. What's happened since April, May, June last year is the opposite. So everybody's pulled out, has come back, and then come back with more money, and then we've had more clients even come back on. So high supply of airtime is probably about a 12-month-old scenario on TV. Is the best way of putting that. So it's back to normal levels now. It's actually demand levels. I wouldn't even say normal. The demand levels at the moment are probably still higher than usual. I think it's because a lot of businesses have realised how powerful TV is again, and also the fact that you've had so many people at home. TV viewership is up, so TV is working better than normal for advertisers.
Beautiful. That's exactly sort of what I'm looking for. I guess it's a shame that I didn't capitalize on it much earlier, but I am looking to diversify my advertising streams.
Are you looking to just explore TV then? Because we do a lot of physical ourselves, and we've got radio and publishing as well, plus all our digital sites. So we have a pretty vast breadth of mediums you can tap into, and then obviously all underpinned by TV.
Got it. So does Rushays do all of that, or do they just do TV?
Rushays, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. I'd have to speak to my colleague, but I know they're pretty heavy on TV.
And is that because TV converts much better? Is that why?
there's no straight answer for that. It depends. It depends what your product is, what you're selling, and who you're speaking to. So, can you describe to me who you're trying to target? I guess in terms of genders and age, and maybe like a bit of an audience demographic. What sort of behavioural types you're trying to reach?
Most definitely. So the behavioral or the type of people we're looking to reach is Australians who are 25 plus, both male and females. And usually that's sort of what
it's not. Is it skewed to one of the two genders or pretty down the middle?
Females sort of tend to work slightly better.
Okay, but you're trying to target both either way.
Correct.
What you're saying. So 25 plus. Yep. Is there like a cap on that age, or anybody from 25 plus? Like, would you cap it at maybe 55 or 60, or would you go beyond that?
Ooh, maybe cap it around 65.
Okay, yeah, 25 to 65.
So we're targeting people who, one, have access to like a laptop, a computer, internet. They sort of know how to use the internet, know how to use email.
So tech savvy.
Tech savvy, but we're willing to teach people if they're not tech savvy. Basically targeting people who they want to build their own brand. They want to start an online business. They want to sort of do something they're more passionate about. That's sort of the target audience.
Yeah. Would it be people who potentially want to do it as a bit of a side hustle? So not necessarily go all in, but do this on the side in conjunction with something else they do.
Most definitely doing on the side, or trying to figure it out where they can go full-time into an online business and work at home, spend more time with family, not worried that COVID is going to take their job.
Based on what you described to me, a brand like Square really comes up, although they're like a big multinational conglomerate, and you sound like you're still sort of in the early stages and you're wanting to grow it via what you've got yourself, which is good, and that's what we can help you do. Do you have a lot of clients at the moment?
So we, over the last few years, we were at like 500 clients. Now
I'm looking on your website, it says active students 300.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. And those 300, are they in one specific region in Australia, or are they all over?
So they're actually all over. Maybe around 40% of them are Australian.
Oh, so the 300 is branches into overseas as well?
Correct.
Have you thought about how you might want to message or promote yourself?
So right now, the internet style marketing we go with works pretty well. I don't know how it would work in a different sort of medium, but the current way we market it is sort of like a catchy sort of video saying, hey, are you currently looking to start a new business? Are you currently sick of your 9-to-5 job? Is there that's sort of the market. That's the angle we usually go for. That's a hook. And then we explain how we've helped individuals all over the world. We talk about the 3-step process on how to start up your store, run ads, a sort of business model that is beginner friendly, that's low upfront capital, called drop shipping. That's sort of how we advertise on Facebook, YouTube, Google, display ads, native ads.
I would say I guess like the main goal of your advertising and your promotion that you're doing on socials is to drive people to the Studying.com website.
The goal we set was conversions, and which is usually either bookings or phone numbers.
Yeah.
Where we can go ahead, and recently what we've been doing, which I think might work really well, is we've had a lot of success offering people free 5-minute sort of lessons on how they can start up, literally just giving them value for 5 to 10, 15 minutes and teaching them and educating them completely for free. We've had a lot of success with that, and all we need is just a phone number.
Okay, so your advertising and your promotion is kind of centered around plugging the phone number then and getting people to, like, does it have a call to action then to get people to call up?
Correct. The call to action is for them to put in their details for us to reach out to them.
Yeah. Which they do through the website, right?
Website, or we have like a landing page where with Facebook there's like a Facebook form where they just fill out the Facebook forms and put in their details.
Gotcha. Okay, so I guess with digital advertising you can do that where you can grab their information straight from the advertising. I think what you've got to think about when you do TV advertising and video in general.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like a landing page, like for example, hey, if you want a free 15-minute sort of consultation, go to studyingcom/free, put in your name, phone number, and we'll reach out and just give you a free 15-minute lesson.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's just got to be a really simple call to action, because you've only got about 15 seconds to 30 seconds for your TV ad, so
if that's the case, I might even just put that, sort of fill in their details on the homepage, studying.com. I might just put it straight on the homepage at the very beginning and just like make it look nice, like sort of like a facebook.com, you know, if you don't have, if you're on a new computer and you go to facebook.com, it's instantly to the sign up page. We'll do something like that.
Yeah, I think, 30 seconds is longer than you think, and I think you might want to use that ad to briefly talk about what you do, but then have the main point of the ad saying, to find out more or for whatever, go to studying.com. Like really have a simple call to action. We can even put the number on there, so go to study.com or call us on blah blah blah. Just put your number in there as well. The ad has to kind of drive people to call or to go to the website to find out more and to ultimately sign up and convert for you. So in terms of next steps, I guess what we can do is show you a couple of options of how TV schedules might look based on the parameters you've told us. Do you have an idea of when you might want to actually put something to wear? And honestly, most importantly, is how much budget you might be able to spend, because that'll determine what we share with you. Beautiful.
So right now, could you give me a rough ideas? What data do you like go by CPMs? What sort of the metric you go?
We have CPMs. The CPMs fluctuate so much because we have different day parts and different programs, and what determines your CPM in the end is your volume of budget, because we have discount levels we apply as well. So if you're saying to me you want to spend 10 grand, I guess CPM level we can achieve with that. Or if you've got 50 grand, then you're going to get a better CPM with that. So it's all scalable.
So my initial, right now I'm sort of looking at maybe around 20,000. Now I would want to test it on a smaller scale to prove the concept before spending more money. And obviously if it's profitable within the first 20,000, I'm more than happy to invest 100,000 if there's a result. But I do want to start on small scale to test the waters first.
Initially, well, the more you spend, the better the test is going to be. There's a certain level of saturation, I guess you have to have the TV, and the minimum would be, for it to have any sort of effect, would be at least $5,000. And what I would do with that is I'd probably run you on 9 now. I probably wouldn't play on normal linear television with that. I'd be able to get you a better CPM on 9 now. And there's less ads on 9 now as well, so you'll have more come through. So with something like $5,000, you want to make sure you're spending it in a way that works best.
Got it. My only concern is, with my experience when it comes to marketing, TikTok ads, native ads, CPMs might be really cheap, like $2 per 1,000 impressions, but I get worse results than Facebook, which has a CPM of $20.
Depending on whether you run a 30-second ad or a 15-second ad, you'd be looking at probably going to be $50 to $55. And then if you do a 15-second commercial, we can get that down to $33.
Is it worth it to test 9 now first? Like, that's sort of what I'm concerned with, I mean.
Right, whether you do TV or whether you do 9 now. Look, both TV and 9 now act in the same way, whereas, I mean, they're ads on television. So to make it as similar as possible, what we can do with 9 now is we can program your buy to only air on connected TV. So rather than run you across multiple devices such as phones and tablets, we can program it just through smart TVs. So we'll create conditions for the campaign which basically like emulate TV conditions.
Got it.
But the spend will go further on that platform than it would just on TV.
What's the cheapest slot you have throughout the day or week?
Probably in the middle of the day. The morning, like the most expensive time on TV to buy is between 6 p.m. and 10:30 p.m. That's the peak zone. And then we have the morning zone, which is 6 to 9, which is like the second most expensive. And then in the middle of the day, between those two zones, is the cheapest time to buy.
Got it. And then, how much would it cost for like an afternoon slot, or middle of the day slot?
So 30 seconds in Sydney, maybe like $500 to $600.
Would you have a sort of chart of the averages price points throughout the days and how much viewers you get throughout the days? Just like a 2-column thing?
Yeah, we can share something like that. It's just the pricing of the day, middle of the day, it really depends on what sort of volume you're committing. So like for $5,000, we couldn't really extend a very high discount. So I don't want to give you the wrong perception of what TV is, because once you try something and then suppose you come back to us with a higher budget, then the pricing becomes better. So it's kind of like a little bit inaccurate to provide something like that. But I'll give you a couple of examples. Rather than send you an entire grid, I'll show you like maybe one day in a week and just kind of take you through what the programs are and what the average price and audience for your demographic is.
Done. That sounds perfect. Would we be able to book in a call to go into those things more in depth?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, let me collect the information.
Because I do have a meeting soon.
I've got your email, so how about I'll get the team to help me collate that info, and then I'll flick you an email tomorrow morning, and we'll get a time locked in, and I can take you through it in a bit more detail, and then share some of those CPMs, I guess, throughout the day as well.
Yeah, for example, that middle day, 30-second, $500 to $600 slot, how many viewers would be on around that time? And let me go ahead and take a look at my data. What time works best on Facebook Australia?
I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, Andy, on the viewers during the day, but I can get that info for you. I think the best thing I can do is let me collate a day's worth of info on the shows, and I can show you exactly what our shows are during the day on the main channel, the rough price, and then the rough total audience.
Beautiful. I'd love that.
Is it your preference to know the total audience or the audience who are watching in the demographic you've told me about, so the 25 to 65, that sort of range?
If possible, both. If not, total.
Both? Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm sure we can collect both. I'll speak to our research team. They'll be able to collate that pretty easily.
I'm just loading up my data to see the best times for my...
We'll do, I think for the purpose of this, just showing you the audience, we'll do just one market as well. Otherwise, it's quite a bit of data for us to try and get our hands on.
Yeah.
So I'll do Sydney as an example. 1 day's worth of TV, what the rough total audience is versus the 25 to 65 audience, the price, and the corresponding CPM to each of those programs. Keeping in mind that when we share this, it fluctuates. So it's not like concrete, it's going to be like this every day. There are fluctuations, but I'll kind of give you like the average data, if that helps.
That totally helps.
And then on your end, you might have, maybe want to have a think about if you're going to do this, whether you're going to look to do a 30-second ad or a 15-second ad, because 30 or 15 is something that will impact your CPM. So have you had a bit of a think with your creative team about what it might look like?
Right now, we'll go over the data and sort of see which of our video creatives work best, especially with the YouTube pre-rolls, see if the longer or shorter videos did best. And I'll definitely get back to you, and we'll definitely take into account the different costs and maybe case studies and your expertise on what you recommend, and then I'll be able to come to like a sound decision.
No worries. Well, look, I'll give you the CPMs for a 30 and for a 15, then we'll just add a column in and give you that data as well, and you can just see how they play out against each other. And then,
that's amazing.
I think once you and I sit down and take a look at that together, I think we'll be able to land on how you might want to fly this initially.
Beautiful. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for getting back to me. I guess I'll patiently wait for your email and we'll talk soon. Thanks so much.
Yeah, no worries.
How do I pronounce your name? Is it Bu?
Sorry?
Is it Bu? Is that how to pronounce your name? Bu?
Bo.
Bo. Perfect. Thank you so much, Bo. Really appreciate your time. Have an amazing Wednesday.
No worries.
Thanks, Bo.
We'll be in touch soon. Thanks, mate.
Bye.
Bye.
We'll see if I run some TV ads. And yeah, that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts. I have nothing to sell you. I don't want to waste your time. So let's wrap it up. Please give a like if you can. That would be super duper helpful. I'll see you guys tomorrow with nothing but more value. Peace.